Hello viewers, another done over Dazza G Big Time Gaming exclusive, and we have Survivor Megaways, the new game. It looks a bit different from standard Megaways slots, but it is similar in a lot of ways, as I'll explain. It's based on the American, I suppose the equivalent of I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here sort of game show. Licensed from CBS, the theme. That game show's been going in the States since 2000. It's been over 500 episodes. I've never seen one because it's in America, but that's what the theme is, Survivor. So let's have a look at the game. First of all, the RTP, which you're all interested in, is 96.47%. And I'm just going to take a spin. I've just had a feature on it, so clear that out of the way. As you can see, the scrolling reel of 5 single symbols is in the centre, and that reassuring thud we had there is the Survivor gold scatter, of which you need 3 to trigger 3 spins, but I'll get to that. So as you can see, the reels can have 1, 2 or 3 rows in the bottom section or the top section, either side of that centre scrolling row. Therefore, the ways you can get are a maximum, assuming you had 3 rows like there, like the second row on the top there, the second column. If you had 3 of those on all 6 reels there and the bottom, obviously you get your 5 singles there. So your maximum amount of ways is 100,842, because there is no position there. Because of that, as you can see, you've got that straw door there, that wooden door. So the maximum ways you can get, if you imagine Bonanza or Extra Chili, for example, where your maximum Megaways is 117,649 for 6 reels of 7 rows each. Here you can get 5 reels of 7 rows each and 1 of 6 rows. So it's the equivalent on Bonanza of getting 1 position away from your max Megaways hit. 100,842 ways is the max because of that missing position there. However, the minimum is higher. If you think on Bonanza, the minimum ways you can get is 324. That's 2 rows on every reel plus the 4 scrolling symbols at the top, which equates to 324 ways. On this slot, the minimum amount of ways you can get is actually 486. That's the lowest amount of ways you can get. Therefore, each spin, your average amount of ways would be higher than it would on, say, Bonanza. Therefore, the pays are slightly different. I will show you. There's your symbols, as usual. We get a nice 50x for the purple one, 6 of a kind, but we dropped 2.5x for the reds, and the blues and greens, which are traditionally the same, 0.7 times for 6 of a kind. The card values are 0.6 down to 0.4 times. So as you can see, the maths is slightly different on this game than it would be on Bonanza. The volatility is not quite the same in the base game. Okay, and that's the extra reel. Now this is what the game's centred about, the extra reel. Because you've got 2 wild characters, a male and a female survivor, and they can only appear on that scrolling reel in the centre. You will also see urns appear, and I'll explain those. Every time you see an urn appear, if it's a full position, it will add 3 times to the wild multiplier. If it's just in 2 positions, it will add 2, and if it's just in 1 position of a 3-row column, it will add a 1x multiplier, and I'll explain that shortly. And that's your urn symbol. As you can see, if it's small, you get 1. If it's occupying 2 positions, you get 2, and then 3 added to the multiplier for the full height one. 3 spins, that's your scatters, as I explained earlier. There's 3 of those will award 15 free spins. Any 1 extra over 3 will give you 5 extra free spins. Now in the free spins, your wild multipliers don't reset, they continue to increase. And also you can re-trigger 5 extra spins for 3 scatters, 10 for 4, and so on. And that's your Megaways, and I was just going to explain that. Now we're going to look for a wild. As you can see, we've just got the basic wild there. But I want to get an urn to show you how it works. There's one there. As you can see, he became a 2 times wild there. Basically, any urn symbol, you can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, whatever. The urns, when they come in, will give their multiplier to the appropriate survivor at the top or bottom. So if the urn appears in the top section of rows, the multipliers will be added to the lady survivor, and if the urn appears as it did just then in the bottom section, their multipliers will be added to the male survivor. Now those survivors are wilds and they appear only on the scrolling reel here. You can get any one of them or both of them. Once they're used, there's nothing stopping another one scrolling in from the right. However, you will not see more than 2 in use at once, because they are standalone wilds that can be either single or combined. The multipliers multiply each other. So we'll spin again. As you can see there, look, they didn't count, and we didn't get any urns, so they're both at the basic 1x, but that's an example of seeing both of them together. Obviously, had they been over there, we'd have got a win. As you can see there, we've got 2 full urns there of three on the multiplier. So he was times 7, but obviously he didn't appear in that spin. Now in the 3 games, those urns continue to increase the multiplier, and obviously the wilds do not change. If you think of the wilds on reels 3 and 4 in Little Devil, where you can select that bonus which makes the wilds increasing multiplier each time. It's a bit like that, the bonus. The multipliers increase on the wilds, but obviously you still got to hit the wilds. As we did there, he went to times 3 and he counted. Got a reasonable 11.7x there. So in the 3 spins, imagine you've developed the multipliers to 5 each, and they both come in, and they both count. You want a 25x multiplier for that win or that spin. So yeah, it looks more complicated than it is. So we're waiting for 3 of those survivor gold scatters. You get the old reassuring heart stopper if you get 2 of them and the reels are still cascading. Da-dun, 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 you get that. Obviously you win until you stop and the symbols are replaced, standard Megaways. The base game I think is a little more gentle than some Megaways games, but that's just my opinion after playing it for a few hours. The feature frequency, I've had about 600 spins prior to the start of this video, and I've had 2 features. One was 259x and one was 89x. I think that was the one I opened the game with, it was still on the screen. Remember, although you might think, it's pointless, it's just put the wild multipliers up and there's no wilds there. Obviously winning cascades will move more symbols in from the right on the centre scrolling reel, and should those wilds appear, they will have those multipliers on them. They might count, they might not. That's the nature of the game. There are no random modifiers other than the wild multipliers in the base game. So I think by watching that you can see how it works. So I'm going to leave it on autoplay and come back to you when I trigger the 3 spins. And that's the heart stopper. Get the old reassuring heartbeat. can't get the scatters or the urns on the centre scrolling reel, by the way. They only appear on the main reel sets, top and bottom. Oh, we triggered it. Would you believe it? Drop 2 down. Okay, that's handy. Let's see. Now we've got the wild multipliers up already, 3 and 3. That's quite a good start. As you can see, any wilds now will be 3 each. Whether they count or not is another thing. But it is a volatile bonus. So now if we get them both in, we're on a 5x3, we're on a 15x multiplier, if they both count. We now need to see the wilds start coming in. And we have both of them there. Do they both count? They do on the greens. Obviously that's only a small win though. 5 of a kind greens, but you can see how it worked. It's a shame, no wild there. Should they both come in now and count, we're on a 36x multiplier for any wins they form. Oh, they're both there then. Unfortunately they didn't count. This is actually so far the worst bonus I've had on it. Yep, that is, like I said, the previous two were 90x and 259x. Okay, what I'm going to do is leave it on autoplay and try and get one more feature. And then conclude the video. And here is another feature. Okay, that's a guide to Big Time Gaming's new Survivor Megaways slot. Hope you enjoyed the video and see you next time.